If you know anything at all about the minimum wage and how it works, you know that it is a job killer.
A number of economists have studied what employers actually do rather than theoretically. Theoretically, say, increase the minimum wage, it's going to be harder for employers, and the prices will go up, etc. So actually what we found is that employers are really reluctant to lay anybody off. So there really aren't hardly any layoffs. And they're reluctant to because it really hurts the morale of everybody else. And also, there's work to be done. So, and we have many, many studies of fast food businesses, for instance, when there's a minimum wage increase, there doesn't seem to be any loss of business because of that. So it's just kind of diffused through the increase in the minimum wage is diffused throughout the economy.
The places where they have actually raised the minimum wage in different parts of the country, that they've actually increased jobs.
And all of the studies that have been done, and they have been very good studies by economists that look at cross-border employment consequences when the minimum wage goes up, say in Minnesota but not Wisconsin, and Minnesota and Iowa and so on and so forth, and across the United States. And they have found no negative employment effects. High turnover is one of the biggest costs for businesses. Because you have high turnover, then you have to go look for somebody, you have to pay other people overtime. And if you're paying people really low wages, the next time there's a better job, they're going to abandon it. They're not that committed to the job, and they're not even going to work that hard. Higher wages mean lower turnover.
I think businesses are going to find they're going to have better workers, more loyal, more bought into the business. If they can see that, yes, the job is valuable, so I will value it.
Also, many employers figure out how to use people in a smarter way. Because, if people are cheap, you're not going to think that way. But if you're thinking, I've got to pay them some more, I can figure out ways to really increase productivity in the shop. I can ask them in return for higher pay to work better, to have fewer mistakes in the work, and so on and so forth. So, productivity goes up. To some extent, employers take a slightly smaller bit of profit than they do, and they flatten the income distribution within their business. Sometimes they increase the price, but by very, very little. So those are some of the really interesting ways that employers, in actuality respond to an increase in the minimum wage.